Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to the Really Charlie podcast. I'm your host, Charlie Perry. Today's guest is William Kennedy. Will Kennedy. This, we know him as Will.
Yes, sir.
Oh, hey, this is, I've known this kid, this young man since probably 11 years old. Was very, very impressed with him at Keith Middle School um, for a couple of reasons. One was he's a good student. And secondly, he was a great basketball player, and he had two things that I loved in young men, and that was one thing that I liked. The other thing was, I can't forget this was Dad was on point, man. Dad was on the he was like boom, boom, boom. He was, you know what, you couldn't do anything if
Yeah,
you got a
right.
if you got a pass to the boys room. Guess what? He already knew you were good. But it was great. And I'm very proud of you, and that's
I appreciate you. Thank you.
uh, thank you. And that's we say, I'm proud of you. That's something that's dear to me. I mean it. I mean, I say it because I mean it.
Mhm.
And it's great things you're doing, and we got to do some work together. I got to have you do some things for me, and I'm definitely going to do that because I'm very, very impressed with some of the stuff you have. So
For sure.
yeah, there's there's something there's an old Cape Verdean man that's dear to me, and might want you to do something like you have in the background of your set there. Yeah, 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 definitely um, iconic person. So, but we'll talk about it.
Uh,
Actually, it's two people. So, but I'm gonna I'll talk to you more about it when we have a chance. So, all right. Welcome to the Really Charlie podcast brought to you by StreamYard, Anchor, Spotify, Facebook, and YouTube. My guest is Will Kennedy, and Will Kennedy is a freelance fashion graphic designer with many years in the industry. He has an impressive portfolio. He's been designing both fashion and multimedia. Sorry, my old eyes here. Both fashion and multimedia art forms for over 10 years, and has been part of a design and development projects with other talented artists and brands. Born in DC, his creativity started at a young age, coming back to his roots, the streets of DC, later became a focus of his art. He later moved to Mass, where he finished school and began his journey into artistry. A lot of his work focuses on urban culture, with each piece having its own meaning, whether it's spoken or unspoken. His work sends a message. I love that. He has worked with various artists, both fashion and music, from all over the world. His previous collaborations have been featured in New York Fashion Week, as well as Vogue. Along with being a designer, William is an illustrator, continuously creating new ideas. His creativity shines through his work. And the one thing in that bio is like you said, quote, whether whether it be spoken or unspoken work sends a message, or his work sends a message. And I do that with my poetry. People say, "What do you mean by that?" I'm writing a poem, and you know, tell me how you feel. I said, "No, I can't. I can't do that." You know what? I'm writing. I wrote it. I have a meaning, and I have something that I'm trying to come across or portray or something like that.
it's
But
more of a feeling.
yeah, yeah, and I like people to give me everything they have, because if they give me if they define my art being poetry, or they define your art being, whether it be a painting, a drawing, or anything, you know what? They may say something that's going to inspire the next work. It may be, and you kind of say, "Hey, I like that," Um, so DC, and you talk about being inspired by that city, the
Yes,
AKA Chocolate City.
yes, sir.
The,
Not so,
the
not anymore.
yeah,
Chocolate City.
You took the words right out of my mouth, man. You did. I mean, it is definitely changed. And but I know it is what it is. The history is still there, though.
Right.
And when the late great Marvin Gaye comes from D.C., guess what? It's all good, man. It's all
Yes,
good,
sir.
and many, many more. So the I we talked a while ago about possibly doing something like this, and this is perfect timing, because it's perfect timing because you were probably busy. I was probably busy. We're doing all kinds of things, between the podcasts, I'm doing radio, you're doing your work,
Right.
and I want to, yeah, I'm glad that we finally got things going.
Right.
Yeah,
It's all about collaboration, man. Working together, man. That's
sure
what I
is.
find to be. It helps the most. You know what I'm saying? It helps you get ahead the most.
Hmm.
You can't do it by yourself, man. You hear a lot of people say self-made and things like
Hmm.
that, but that's not real.
No, it isn't. It isn't. It isn't. And for all the listeners and viewers out there, that on the bottom line is Will's website. It's www.thekennedycollections.com. He also has a Facebook page. There's many, many things on there. So definitely go on there, see some of the merchandise. There's some merchandise T-shirt in the background behind us, and it's great. But what other than you having this childhood inspiration about art, um, did anybody, I mentioned this to my last guest, who was your lighthouse to kind of trigger this um, artistic endeavors that you're doing, goals, and who inspired you to do art?
Um, I've been drawing since for as long as I can remember. There
Hmm.
probably wasn't a time that I don't remember drawing, but I have a older cousin who was the best drawer to me in the world when I was a kid,
Uh huh.
and that's probably where it started.
Yeah.
And sleeping over his house and seeing his drawings when I got there, and wanting to recreate his drawings, and then that went to being with grandma at the table on Sunday and copying comics out of the newspaper. And but I believe it started with him.
Good. Good. And it's uh it's interesting that I was drawing and doing some things at a young age. Um, but later on, I found that poetry was this one thing that I like doing.
Hmm.
And but believe it or not, at the around the time that I met you was, I was doing it earlier in high school, and then right around the time that I met you, your dad, you came into the school. That's around the time that a teacher from Keith Middle School kind of um, triggered my poetry again and got me more inspired, and that was Mr. Al Karen.
Hmm.
And we were just talking, and one of the things that he did is he had this great book that he was writing, and it was a little short story, and I was so fascinated with it. And I said, "Man, I need to write," and it led to me writing some more. And then in 2008, I wrote my first book. Um, so
I gotta
I'm
get that. I never knew. I didn't know you wrote a book.
I actually got 15 of them, probably, and many more on the shelf. I I I have to share more of them. I assume a lot of people know, and but I need to advertise a little bit more
Right.
and get that out there. But one of my prized possession is the book that I wrote on Andre McCoy,
Mm.
and New Bedford boxer who was tragically killed with the U.S. team
Right.
in 1979, and that book was in. And I wasn't into biographies. I was just writing poetry, and the committee, was a bunch of friends, and they asked me if I could do it, and I was kind of intimidated about it because he was a great young man and comes from a great family, and I
Mhm.
really didn't want to touch that because I wanted to do him some justice,
Right.
and eventually it all worked out, and I'm very proud of the book. So, but we're gonna highlight you. We're gonna talk about you. All right. So, is your business home business? What do? You have an office? How?
Home business right now.
Mhm.
I've been trying to transition over to a studio, but I got a space at home, and I figure once I fill that up, then I'll transition over to a studio. I don't want to
Mhm.
rush into something I might not be ready for.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I'm just from home right now.
Okay. Now
Yeah,
the picture in the background is very very it's a 5 star all the way, man.
appreciate
Can
it.
you, and I'm asking you to tell me the meaning behind that or the inspiration. Do you have a story behind that artwork?
Uh, I don't. I saw um a sculpture I loved and got a picture of it, and I just thought it would be a dope portrait to do. Just
Yeah,
looked like an amazing muse.
yeah.
Um, but honestly, it's one of the first charcoal portraits that I did, and I still look at it, and I honestly I don't know where it came from sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
That's a great feeling, right?
it is. It is. It gives me hope and makes me excited for the future.
Yeah, it's
So
definitely it is very nice. When the first time you displayed that on social media, I was like, wow, look at that.
yeah,
And I didn't see that artistic thing in you.
right,
I seen your hops on the court. I seen your defense
right,
on the court. I seen all that.
right,
But the artistic in you is very impressive.
right,
And I hope that eventually all of you from New Bedford kind of get together because there's so many different great people, great artists all around us. From
right,
no matter where it's coming from, whether it's music, painting, drawing, poetry, anything. There's so
right.
many of them. So many out here.
There
Um,
is,
yeah.
yeah,
The
for sure.
the I'm gonna put this quote that you put on your website, and I like it. It says, "Don't let a situation alter your vision. A situation can change at any moment, for better or worse. So don't let short-term disappointments discourage you from your long-term goals. Stay focused and go for yours." WK Will Kennedy. Now, I like that, and it's just it means a lot. It's motivation, and I like that you put it in the front of your page.
Right.
Boom. Just hit you right. That's the introduction, like the welcome mat. Here you go, and I love that.
Yeah.
Um,
It's something I definitely try to live by every day, man. Things have been ugly the
mhm.
past few years, and so we gotta think ahead sometimes and not get caught up in what's going on in the moment a lot of times and emotions and stuff like that. So
Yeah, definitely. The I'm what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna highlight somebody from New Bedford. Got a birthday coming up, so it's like a little brief commercial here,
sure.
and just want to give a shout out to someone that you should meet. I mean, you probably already know him. To all the listening viewers out there, nice event coming up this weekend. Actually, on 2 days, Friday and Saturday. The abstract experience. Mikey's 43rd birthday. Can't believe he's that young, man. 43rd year birthday edition, Friday, December 3rd, Pub 625 in New Bedford on Ashley Boulevard. Saturday, December 4th, they'll be at the District in Providence, Rhode Island. And I want to mention this because Mikey is a good dude and he's doing great things with abstract music here in New Bedford, Massachusetts at Union and 6th Street, 7 North 6th Street. He's going to have Eric Smith, Jabu Smith, Mikey Life, which is Mikey Montero. And I got Peter Antunes, Kali Pina, and many more other guests, along with Laurie Gomes, Danielle Andrews, Joachim Santos, and Jeff Lockhart. This is this is not the run of the mill type of musicians. These artists are very they're professionals and they're doing their thing. So please go to abstractmusic.com and order your tickets, $20, and go to either one of the events. I will be there Friday. I know that. So yeah, do you know Mikey? Well,
Uh, I've been staying out the way the past few years, so I really, yeah, I don't. What's his last name? You said?
Montero.
I heard. I've been hearing of him. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Goes
especially
by,
lately. Yeah,
yeah, he's definitely good contact. He's artistic like you, doing a lot of great things, and might be someone that you guys should collaborate or do something together eventually. The all right. So, what are some of the things that you do? In your studio, your profession. You may do for someone. Is it something that paintings, or is it personal paintings?
yeah. My day to day is mostly graphic design work,
Hmm.
and so I do graphic designs for small businesses, startups, different clothing lines, marketing companies. So I'll go in the marketing company as a freelance designer and do what they need for graphic work, and so that's kind of my day to day. But my portraits, yeah, I do a lot of personal. Not lately. Um,
Hmm.
with the charcoal, I think my price might be a little too for some people. But yeah, I've actually been learning to write screenplays. I want to write a screenplay, so that's something we could talk about.
Oh, nice, nice. I
Um,
actually, myself and my man Russell Ramus definitely can help you out with that. And him being an actor and definitely doing his thing. And you actually might have had him at Keith, Mr. Ramus. So he's definitely
do you
but
remember
whatever.
what he taught?
He was substitute, so he's all over the place. But yeah, he definitely could help you out with that, and I can do that too. But whenever you're ready, we'll definitely talk shop and get it done.
Right,
The screenplays are nice because there's quite a few people that I've known, and they're doing some things, and they're getting attention from PBS,
hmm,
Netflix.
yeah,
They did that, and these are people that walk the same pavement you did, and they're doing their thing. So
right,
it doesn't matter where you come from.
right,
You just got to have that ambition, that drive, because how many times you look and just check out a movie or something, you're saying, man, I could have wrote that, I could have did that. Hey, they should have changed this. They could have did this way, that way. And
right,
it's like, and it would have, you believe it would have been a better movie. And
right.
so, and on December 6th, I have a um, New Bedford New Bedford guy coming on, Todd
Oh
DeVries.
yes, I
Yeah,
saw
Todd's coming
that.
up, and he's can't wait. But he's doing things. He shot at the same hoops you did, man. He did
Right.
the same thing.
Yeah. I try to. I appreciate anything that I feel doesn't come natural to me because I
Yeah.
feel I'm good at a lot of things. So I try to really sit and learn as much as I possibly can about the art of whatever it is,
Hmm.
writing. So just the structure of writing and the structure of storytelling and things like that is just, even when it comes to a portrait, before I even put pencil to paper, I'll stare at my reference portrait for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it's just a, I don't know. It's just an appreciation for learning or just art in general. Just,
Exactly.
some
That's
people think they can wake up and just write a story or you know what I'm
yeah.
saying, or be a designer, and it doesn't not like that.
No, they underestimate the craft, and
Right,
the craft is what it is. It's a reason because it's called a craft.
right,
You gotta respect it first. If you don't respect it, you're gonna look silly and stupid. And uh, I mean, I didn't win every poetry contest I went into, but I never underestimated it. I always thought
right,
that I got to do the best I can, and it and my style is a little different than others, just like yours. It's something you do. There's like you said, you looked at your draft about for 2 weeks before you probably really said, all right, that's good. Let me
right.
move. It's amazing, but we I definitely want to do a lot of things on my platform for you. So anything you have, whether it's some kind of flyer or banner, please let me know so I can definitely display it. We have your T-shirt in the background, but that's something that I want to constantly do. And I got two different ways of doing it. I have WMB1 radio that I'm doing on Tuesdays. Playing some chilled music. I love it.
Nice.
So, but we definitely gotta advertise and get you out there a little bit more and on this end
Right.
because there's people going all over the place
Yeah, yeah.
doing things, having people on the internet doing their graphic work, and they could be helping out you, and doing and get better quality. Not that I'm kind of dumbing down the other work,
Yeah,
but just
no.
letting you know that you could probably produce something a whole lot better. So.
Right. A lot of times people will go the cheaper route, they think is the cheaper route, and then they'll spending more money when they got to come
Mhm.
to me to fix it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
deal with that all the time.
Yeah, they talk to you and say, "Hey, Will, somebody did this for me, and I don't like it, and
Right,
well, shame on you. You should have came to me in the first place, you
right.
know."
And then they'll be previous clients, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But they'll try to go the cheaper route the second time, and then you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
instead of just coming back. But
yeah.
eh,
You put a price out there, and they don't like it, and then and they're like, I know it's a little bit steep for me, and then guess what? Just come the weekend, they're spending 120,
right,
100, $200
right.
on some drinks. You could have gave that money to Will, and you would have had things all set.
And that comes with knowing your worth, man. I mean, and I feel I pay my dues,
Yeah.
so it just eh,
It's
you can't make everybody happy. Everybody's not your target audience.
hmm
So it just is what it is.
your, it's your craft, it's your profession, and
Right.
you deserve the price tag that you put it on. You put forward the let's see, a couple of people saying hello to me and you. Um, some routine people. I got Cheryl. How you doing? Nice to hear you and see you on the board. Donna Grace. Got a Facebook user, which I'm gonna try to. It doesn't show up all the time, so got to give permissions. So we can see. Let's see who that is. Will. Let's see. No. Let's see who that is. I can't tell. But so let's talk about Keith Middle School a little bit. We're gonna put you on the hot seat, man. Who was your favorite teacher at Keith Middle School?
Oh man,
It could be a few, you know.
I can't think of their names right now, but they were both history teachers.
Let's see. History.
Portuguese guy, I think 8th grade.
Mr. Souza, Dave Souza. Kind of
Souza.
strict classroom. You know, as soon as you got in class, he's telling you sit down. You know, there's Dave Souza. He was with Mr. Nelson and that crew.
Nah, I don't think it was him.
All right. Let's see. Mr. Parker, kind of a sports nut. He's probably talking sports in the beginning. 8th grade, maybe.
Nah,
Right,
I can see him. He wore glasses, dark glasses, kind of tall.
Miranda, Mr. Miranda.
Miranda, I think.
Yeah, that's gotta be.
Yeah.
Mr. Miranda, good dude.
And 7th grade history, it was a woman. I can't think of her name. If you said it, I probably wouldn't even know.
Let's see. There's a lot of changes. Miss Santo, Mrs. Soares. We got trying to think. It will come to me. But anyways, someone says Mr. Sykes. But
I remember Mr. Sykes. I didn't have Mr. Sykes though.
Yeah. He was a trip, Mr. Sykes. I gotta have him on this podcast. I wanna chew him out a little bit. We got some funny stories here. Let's see. Someone says I played basketball with Will at MBHS. He was a solid dude that could jump off the building. You get that right. He was doing that at 12 years old, man.
Right.
And you talk about Keith in the old building. You know what? I miss that old building. As crappy as we probably thought it was, you know, I miss it. Just missing looking. Even the gym, you know, that gym is gone. That's something that's not going to be built anywhere again, you know, and just gone and destroyed, you know. So,
where's Mr. Arujo?
Mr. Arujo, he is still around. You know, he's definitely doing his thing. He's always on the golf course. That's his thing now. So, but it's sad. But I only see him at funerals. You know, that's when I see him. You know, but I'll definitely touch base with him. I will see his brother-in-law this week, so I'll give him that message. You know, he's not on social media too much. You know, I don't think he's on it anymore. You know how he was. He was kind of to himself and yeah. Do you take an opportunity to go to like the schools in your neighborhood and talk art with some of the kids, because sometimes they need to see someone your age. They need to someone that looks like you, that looks like them. Do you think about doing that and just kind of displaying things in front of the kids or anything like that?
I have. I was asked to come to a classroom last year in Boston.
Okay.
But it didn't work out. And I know people have been reaching out for me to do like private lessons and stuff for kids and things like that. But it's definitely something that I would do. I worked in a group home for years before I decided to take this on.
Nice.
So it's definitely something I would do.
I
thought about becoming an art teacher and all that. Like it's not something that I wouldn't do. It
Hmm.
just we'll see what life takes me. But
Hey, you can get paid. You can get paid. And I seen it. It was just a few weeks ago. You could put on an art show through a podcast, and it's and you get paid for it. It's crazy. I seen it on Indeed. I put in podcast, and it said, yeah, you're gonna host a podcast. You're gonna put on a class, and you're gonna teach people, and you get paid for it. And it, it was about 50, 60 grand easily.
wow.
So I was laughing about it. I said, man, be on your podcast, just do your own thing. In fact, one of the artists around here, I sent it to him. I said, you need to apply for this. So, but I'll send you that link. I'll go back
Yeah,
to my
dude.
text messages and but could you imagine that just being on, virtually getting paid, doing your
Hey,
thing?
there's so many things to do out there today, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it
It's,
is. It is. It's I gotta, as far as monetary, I gotta do a couple of things to get things going on this podcast because all I do is just kind of showcase people and that's how I do it. But this,
uh,
I'm losing money. I'm leaving money on the table, and I gotta stop doing that.
all right. About
Yeah,
business at the end of the
yeah.
day.
Uh-huh. It is. It is. There's another guy you should talk to at some point is Lionel Walker. Call him Peter.
Mm,
He's got a website. I am still
yeah,
ill.com.
yeah, yeah,
And definitely, actually, this is a T-shirt right here.
yeah.
Might see
Yeah,
me
I know. I know.
somehow.
I know of
Yeah,
Lionel. Yeah.
good dude. So collaboration, inspiration, there's a lot of it, and they're right here on our pages, and we don't realize it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you gonna run for governor or something like that? What are you gonna do next, man?
Nah, I'll stay in this art lane for now, man.
Yeah.
Try to master this, but
Okay. And
I will speak my mind through this art
yeah, definitely.
best I
And,
can.
yeah, it's
Did you know Jessie was my aunt? Jessie Delgado was my great aunt.
hey, you know what? When I forget what that post was, somebody and I seen it, I'm like, and I never knew that. I never knew that, and it's I'm very happy and proud of the Delgado family, but I'm most definitely proud with my sister Dawn.
Mm.
And Dawn and she's my only sister, and I don't want any more. I got her.
I feel you. Same with me,
Uh,
man.
but that's in a good way. I'm very proud of her. Over the years, I had people tell me, I had some young people growing up, and they said, "I can't make it. I can't make it." I got a kid, and saying, "Well, my sister got many kids, and she's working a full time job and doing it. You can't preach that. I feel you. I understand, but
Right.
you know what? You can get it done. Just keep plugging away. Just like your quote said. It may be. Don't let anything distract you. Just keep moving. So she is your great aunt. All right,
Right. She's my grandfather's little sister.
man. See that, man? That is amazing. I'm definitely. I gotta definitely talk to my sister and you about it. That's really that's nice because she was. We talked about when I had my nephew on a Coder and he's doing big things. I can't wait to his big game this month. This month that's coming up. Gonna play in a nice bowl game down there in Florida, so I can't wait. And so he can showcase his talent. But we were talking about Jesse being, something little, something better than Medea. She definitely had people in check. She definitely knew, and she's gonna give you some advice. She's gonna do the sweet thing and everything. Because all in all, Medea did the right thing.
You're
She
right.
was always trying to do it, and Jesse was like that. Jesse was
Right.
you wasn't going to go without eating. You wasn't going to leave her house without some advice, and if you were wrong, guess what? She was going to tell you. And that's one thing I miss about her. And that generation is something that we're not going to have any longer. We she was awesome. So now I love you even more, man. I love you coming from that tree. That's nice.
Right. And what's crazy is when I moved up here, I didn't know how much of a legend Jesse was in New Bedford. Like I knew Jesse from her coming to DC to visit us and things like that. So I didn't know how much of a legend she was until later on, which is it's
Yeah.
pretty crazy, man.
There's, there's a reason why her kids can fight. But they had to dodge her elbows in a good way. She kept them in line, man.
Right.
Didn't want to go home busted up. So guess what? Stevie and Mikey had to fight. And coming from West Lawn, you had to fight.
Right.
And but it's a good thing. She's definitely missed, so missed. It's I never had such a vivid picture about someone's funeral
Mm.
until I seen hers, and that sticks with me every moment. That I would when I was there, and I miss her. And I wish that I could and go up there and talk some stories about Jesse. It's definitely she's missed. Great impact.
Sure.
The All right. Um so after you left the high school, New Bedford High School, what you do after that?
Uh, I briefly went to UMass Dartmouth, played basketball for a little bit. I blew my back out
Mm-hmm.
in a workout, and that kind of all went
Wow.
down. Yeah. So I ended up going back to DC for a short while, and made my way back up here and did a bunch of odd jobs and
Yep.
and kind of got lost from the art for a long time
Okay.
until till I realized, man, that's probably my best bet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. You especially when the flow is coming from your heart, and you're
Right.
putting work in, it makes it that much. It's definitely going to keep you on point because it's something you're feeling, and it's good. It's good to go to work doing something you love.
Right.
And I always told kids growing up, make sure you select something that you're going to love. Don't don't be a counselor if you don't like talking to people. Don't be a
Right.
doctor if you can't stand blood. Don't be a lawyer if you're afraid of judges in the courthouse. Just and don't be a cop if you don't want to arrest people. You
Right.
just gotta do something you love. And I say that about arresting people. Guess what? I didn't do it. I didn't do it a lot. I try to talk things down and communicate with people as best I can.
Right.
To avoid a case. I don't want to give you a case. Let's avoid it. Let's
Right.
avoid it. Move on. And so the you go to UMass, um, get your degree, right?
I did not. No, I
Okay.
didn't finish. No.
Never too late, man. Once you get a degree, they can never take it away from you.
Right. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
never too late.
Yep.
Uh,
But
that is
don't.
definitely something that I plan on doing.
Okay. It doesn't. Hey, you can get a degree online, man. It still means the same thing, same
Right.
salary, everything. But what if you're gonna do it, you got to do it right and do what it applies. As long as it applies to you. Business management. Something like that. But I ain't gonna tell you what to do. You're already doing good. I ain't worried about you.
No, nothing wrong with some advice, man.
Yeah,
Nothing
yeah,
wrong with that.
yeah. I talked to a dear friend of mine, close friend, Laureen Fry. Do you remember that name?
Lorraine Fry.
Yeah. All right, I will get back to that. I'll send you a comment,
All
but
right.
I'll send you. But she's very proud of you, and I kind of send your bio to her, and she's very, very happy. Great person. And over the years, we definitely talked about you.
Is
But
that from Keith?
nope, nope, just a
No.
West End mom. West End
Oh, okay.
mom. She knew who you was,
Oh,
and we talked a lot about you. The but she's proud of you, like a lot of people are.
I appreciate that. For real.
Yeah. So let me do something here. All right. All right, everyone. Will Kennedy is my guest, and that's his website on the bottom. www.thekennedycollections.com. Go go check out the merchandise. Support this young man and his business. And look, if you have things that you want to be created, please reach out to him. He's got a Facebook page. Definitely leave something in the comments. You want to reach out to him. And on his page, Facebook profile, he also has a number on that profile. Um, and you can reach out to him. But definitely does some good work, as you see behind him. There's a great artistic drawing done by Chaco. And please use him as much as you can. He's got to pay the bills.
Yes, sir. Got a daughter that's almost my height, man.
Oh, nice. She's uh she's probably hitting the books like you did, and you know
Very
any
proud of
any
her. Yes,
yeah any
very
sports in
proud
the
of
future with her.
her. We tried basketball. Um, she's kind of, I don't know what she wants to do, man. She loves computers
Yeah.
and editing and stuff like that. So I'm trying to try to guide her over to
Mm-hmm.
over here.
Uh-huh.
She mentioned something about cheerleading a couple of weeks ago, so she'll figure it out, man.
Yeah.
As long as her grades are good, her test scores are good, man, I'm happy, man. I can't complain.
That's it. It doesn't matter what you just got to support her and guide her, and
Right,
she'll be all right because she's your daughter.
right.
The I I want to let you know that you can come on here anytime, man. You have something going on. You have maybe a show. You have subject matter you want to talk about. It could be subject matter about you and a few of your boys or whatever it may be. And you all got a message or you have a debate that you want to kind of you know get on social media. Please, use this platform, use this space. Um, and I'll provide it for you. And we're on Anchor, Spotify. Spotify, I got my own YouTube channel, and we do something here called the barbershop segment, and we have men talk shop. They just talk about anything. It could be hip hop. You know, I've been trying to. I think I'm going to do this. I have a brainstorm that I want to. You know, who killed Tupac and Biggie? And I want to have some people just go at it.
Yeah, yeah. That sounds
And
good, man.
yeah,
Let me know.
I will. I
I
will.
love a
And
good debate too.
yeah, it just you should see me. I'm just constantly looking at the conspiracies and all that, and
Yeah.
still an interesting story. And them dudes up there and having just looking down on us and saying, hey, so and so's right. Yo, they're way off. Whatever.
Right. Definitely, right.
Yeah.
You miss being the cop at all?
Nah, not at all.
Nah,
I
yeah.
miss when you do it that long, you just said, hey, I did what I could. I'm very proud of it. very, very, all the different people that I met, including you and many, many others. I appreciate that. Um, and I did all I could. And, uh, and now it's time for me to do things like this.
Right.
And it's a different age, the guy that you seen in the neighborhood is definitely the guy that couldn't make it on the police force now, only because they wouldn't allow me to do my thing, the way I do things, the way I talk to people. Everything is taken away the discretion of different police officers for various reasons. But I just, I couldn't be that officer that I was back then. It's a different age, different thing, and back then I was trying to mend as much as I could,
Right.
but now there's a lot of holes in the dam, and I'm too old for all that. I don't have the stamina to
Yeah,
stick
right.
out and fight the fight. But I say
Yeah.
that, yeah, it's all good. I should have wrote a book, and I still got time to do it. But I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I don't want to be putting things out there that I don't want stuff like that.
Right.
Um, only because it only leads to only leads to some conflict, some debate that we've been having across this country all over the place, and
Right.
I don't need that. I don't have enough. I have the stamina. I could fight things alone, but I just it is what it is. If someone comes to me and they want to do the same thing, I say, look, this is what you got to do. Get in shape. Got to run. The the thing that happens with people when they try to go into that field is they're not in shape.
Hmm.
They can't run. They can't. So that's the first thing you got to do, and then everything else is they're going to help you. They're going to try to guide you through it academically, but if physically you can get through it, and you're more than halfway there.
Right.
So you worked in a group home. What was it, like a juvenile center?
Uh, Kind of. Yeah. It was dually diagnosed teenage boys.
Yeah.
I worked in probably, I think, three different ones over like 6 years, I think.
So
Um, what's that?
you you were getting forced to work many shifts, huh?
Yeah, at one particular one, yeah, it was. It was that forced overtime, man. I worked all shifts, man. That third shift, all of them. And I started when I was young, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I think when I first started, I was 20, and there was probably kids in there my age,
Yeah.
So it was tough. It was definitely a mental battle there where yeah,
It's hard.
it was tough. It was
Yeah.
tough. I had to leave for a period of time, you know what I'm saying, and went back because it was taking a toll on me, and I just didn't want to, so I was seeing certain things I didn't want to deal with
Yeah.
anymore,
Yeah. I get you.
young kids coming in, and it was just something that I didn't really. So I got a lot of respect for you guys, you know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying, because it's something that I know I don't want to deal with,
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just uh,
It's
it's not
nonstop.
easy.
Good, bad, and ugly in it, and but you have to have the right mindset to last. 30 years, 25 years. And it's tough. And it doesn't go away. Your career doesn't go away. It's because if you're someone like me, I'm gonna live, die, I'm gonna live and retire and die here in New Bedford. So I'm always gonna be here. And people that I come across, over the years, in the malls with me. They're doing, but if you treat them right, you always have a conversation. And I but it's a tough job.
Mhm.
If I'm gonna do anything over again, I'm gonna be a lawyer or I'm gonna be an electrician, one or the other. Those are the two things. And hopefully, someone in my family hits the lottery. I can be their driver. Hey, the GPS, I'll never get lost unless I'm in Montana somewhere.
Right. Right.
But I I was talking a few months ago with a couple of people, and we were talking about some of the basketball teams that were, um, you know, within the city, on the middle school level, right around that time,
Mhm.
that you were there. And the craziest thing is that there was people playing at Keith, Roosevelt, Lamandin. There were, Ford. But when those teams got together, the high school had a tremendous team, and they had a tremendous team. And that's why I'm always trying to advocate for schools and all, I mean, sports and all types of level,
Mhm.
and one of the things that when Keith and Roosevelt were playing, man, they were just going at it, and Ford was pretty good. They had the likes of Ryan Rodrigues, and the team was good. I don't
Yep.
think they lost that year, but they were those 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 games were intense,
Yeah.
and it almost got when you guys reached the high school level, you could have had two teams at the high school.
Mhm.
You could have one and a two team, and compete. That's the one thing. And when you get a high school with 3,000 4,000 students,
Right.
got so much talent.
Yeah.
Um,
My freshman year, our JV team went undefeated.
mhm.
So we definitely, you know what I'm saying, we had a squad, but also we were playing together. Me, Brian, Ryan, Matt Crowley.
Yep,
We were all playing together since the sixth
yeah,
grade, fifth, sixth
exactly.
grade, and
Yeah.
so that chemistry was unmatched at a point.
Yeah, Coach Rodrigues was grabbing you guys. He said, "Let me get this crew right now."
Right. From boys club to AAU.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That was a good team, inside and out. And you definitely couldn't mess around. Brian had the handle,
Right.
um, and could shoot. And a lot of people kind of forget about Brian's, 15, 16 footer jumper. While he's off the dribble. The and he played some defense. Definitely
Right.
going to steal the ball if he needed to. Ryan with his jump shot as always. His family trend there, and with you with your defense, everything, rebounds, jumping up. I mean, Matt was, you mentioned that name and kind of forgot about him, but he was another
Right.
dude,
Yeah.
go through a wall with you, for you.
He was
Um,
solid. Yeah.
I don't know where he is. I had him on my Facebook page. It's like he disappeared from social media, but
Yeah.
yeah, it definitely was that was a good team, good team. So, and Coach Jordan Pina is doing well. He's got them girls running around doing good things. I don't know how the team looks, this year, but they're doing well. So, Will, I got this question I usually ask my guests: who would you like to see on the Really Charlie podcast?
Oh. Oh. Let's see. Somebody that got some good stories, man.
Hmm.
Uh, I know Coach Rodrigues probably. I mean, Gardner.
Yep, yep, he
Coach
was on
Gardner
there.
would be good.
He, in fact, I just because you said that, I'm gonna ask him if he wants to come on again because you know him. He has 1,000 stories. And
Right.
you know that from track and all that. He has so much stories. In history. It's a history book.
Endless.
He definitely knows everything. Saying stuff from 1970. I'm like, how do you know that, man?
Endless, man.
Yep. So
So many
yeah,
gems.
in fact, I'm using your name because I mean, he was my coach too. But I'm gonna use his name, your name, and say, look, Will Kennedy wants you on here. Got to come back on a podcast. We got to share some stories, and you know,
Matter of fact, one of the history teachers I was talking about, I think it was seventh grade. Coach Gardner came and pulled me out of class, and Keith recruited me for track, man.
yep.
I didn't know what this guy wanted, man. I didn't know if I was in trouble or what.
He knew you could take you can run 2 steps, 3 steps. He already knew what you had, and
Right.
I'm pretty sure he seen you and he said, "Oh, wait a minute," and anything around that track, especially them legs you had, guess what? That he knew, he definitely knew, and i- if we had to talk about Coach Gardner, we would have to go all month. It would have to be a 30-day podcast when it comes to that guy because
Absolutely.
he's touched so many generations, and he's still the same, still the same. He was the first person I met at New Bedford High School when I came back from Florida. And that was in the gym. I come around the corner in the gym. You know how the gym was, and their office was there.
Hmm.
He set me up and told me the gym rules and all that. But and then he got me to run track. That was the craziest thing. Is it was I had to do something. I wanted to play football, but
Yeah,
it was I got to the school in the wintertime. February maybe. So, but no, good man. I'm gonna definitely get him on there. I still got his information. I still listen to the podcast when he was on here again. Before, so I'm gonna have him on here again. I'd like to have him and Coach Gonzalez, Mickey Gonzalez, on there at the same time.
yeah,
Because those two people with their stories, unbelievable. It would be something that I would like to see.
definitely. Yeah, that sounds good, man. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's probably that's the first person that popped in my head, man. Those stories, man. I'm mad I didn't catch the first one. Do you have it somewhere?
Yeah, I do. Do it.
YouTube.
The best way to is get it on the go on YouTube, really Charlie, on my YouTube channel,
All right,
and actually, I could send you the link. I'll do that in a few moments. I'll send you the link and send the podcast directly to you.
all right,
Um, yeah, he was definitely was on point, but I got to get him on here. My sound system's a little bit better. We can definitely have better audio and video
mm,
with him this time. So uh, I will. Well, I'm gonna share everything that I possibly can on my Really Charlie Facebook group page, and everything that you're possibly doing from your website to anything, your merchandise, all that stuff. I'm gonna be sharing, and and that's all we can do for each other is continue to share each other's craft. And you know, Sky King Vernon Gilmet was talking about that on a post on Facebook, and he was talking about share things, man. You're sharing everything about Michael Jordan to you
right,
know anybody else, all these stars, Kevin Hart. You're sharing all this stuff. Why can't you share someone that are there, homegrown, or your friends? Share their stuff,
right.
and that's what I'm gonna do for you, brother.
I appreciate you, man. Anytime, I'm honored for you to have me on here, man. Anytime.
Oh, I love it, and I'm very very proud of you. I already said that, but I'm very very proud of you,
Uh,
and we'll get together so we can do some work together.
yeah, for sure. Thank you.
All right, brother. Take care.
You too.
Love you. All right. God bless. That was Will Kennedy, my guest. That dude is doing some great things, some graphic design. He's doing some artwork. You look at the work in the background, that painting is done by charcoal. He's definitely doing his thing. And his website is www.thekennedycollections.com. Please continue to support him. Buy some merchandise, buy a nice t-shirt, sweatshirt, hoodie, whatever. Winter's here. You know, grab them hoodies so you can wear them. Keep yourself warm. And guess what? It goes to a good person. He's definitely have a heart of gold, and he's definitely one of the greatest kids that I've seen come out of Keith Middle School. All right. Let's see. So we got I got a quick podcast tomorrow with Andrew Pitchley of the U.S. Mini Golf Association, and he's got a fundraiser coming up this weekend. Where you play mini golf and win some money. Every hour during the day. And Andrew will be on tomorrow at 6 o'clock, 6 to 6:30, and then I have another meeting to go to. But Andrew will be on air, and hey, sometimes the pot is big as $300. So think about you're going to play some mini golf. Entrance fee is probably $1, and then you walk home with $300. But that's great. Playing a game that we all grew up with, and that's mini golf. This one happens to be in South Hadley, but they're all over the area, different parts. Um, so he'll do them as much as he can now, and then probably start up again in the springtime. So continue to support him. And he'll be on the podcast tomorrow. Andrew Pitchley of the U.S. Mini Golf Association, and that will be at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And let's see, you've got a few more. And next week we get Todd Dos Reis, director, film director, definitely going to be on here. We're going to do it from Abstract Music. Abstract Music downtown. We're going to go to their studios and have a live podcast from their studio, and talk to Todd about movies, basketball, whatever it may be. But Todd will be on December 6th. I will be live at 4 p.m. that day. And then also, let's see, on the 15th, we have Reality. Past guests, they're going to be here, and talking about their latest tracks, hip hop and rap. So we'll have them on December 15th. All right, y'all. Take care. God bless. And if you want to see anybody on this podcast, please leave a comment in the comment section. Hello. Thanks for the support on the Really Charlie podcast. I appreciate all these comments. It's nice. And you can find the Really Charlie podcast on Anchor, StreamYard, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube. It's all there. So if you want to listen to this later on tomorrow, definitely go on the YouTube channel or Spotify. Take care, y'all.